everyone, it's Gabe. That was some gross ass slurping. I know I do that like almost every video, but that was especially nasty. Maybe it's because it's orange juice this time. It's usually tea. So I got a few requests to do another Depop video. I did one from a seller to a buyer, I guess, where I talked about some do's and don'ts of being on Depop and stuff like that. And this time I'm going to do something like from a seller, obviously, to another seller. Someone who's maybe just starting out or has been doing it for a while and is wondering why things aren't working. I'm not going to go over like the absolute basics of it because I think like there's a lot of videos that do that, and I'm just going to talk about tips and tricks that I've learned recently. And just like stuff that you may not know. I've tried to compile some stuff that I haven't heard in other videos. We should, before we go any further, we should do like an outfit run through, okay? These sleeves are so cute. I got this off Depop. It's from ASOS. And I love all of the rainbow stuff ASOS usually has. But this sold out in my size so quickly, and so I saw someone selling it in a size that was a little big, but I knew it would fit me. Like the sleeves are a little long, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, and I got it for pretty cheap on Depop, and I was really happy. And then I'm just wearing like, trying not to flash anyone because I was like sitting cross-legged. Yeah, I got just a skirt from Forever 21, and I went thrifting today, and I actually saw some girls from school, and they were like, hey, look at these shoes, do you like them? And I was like, yeah, but those are like a 5 in children's, those are not gonna fit me. And they were like, no, try them on. And I tried on a pair that I think was a size smaller, and it did not fit me, and then I saw another one that was one child size smaller, and they fit me. I'm doing some weird contorting right here. Don't pay attention to that. But look, cute rainbow shoes. They're a 5 in kids, and I'm usually like a 7.5 in shoes. It's weird. I feel like I used to be an 8. I don't know if I was just wearing like shoes oversized, or my feet have gotten smaller. It's weird, but anyways, back to the video. So I've compiled a list of some things, and I was gonna ask I was gonna do like a Q&A style, but like no one, I think most of my followers on Instagram at least don't do Depop. So, or if they do, they're just buyers. But I think my YouTube audience is definitely more like thrifting, Depop related and stuff. So maybe if I can figure out how to do like the community poll thing sometime, that would be cool. But yeah, this is just a list of things I've came up with. So the first one is refresh/edit your posts every day. So when I've said this to some people when they've asked for advice, they don't know what I'm talking about. They're like, what do you mean refresh it? So I might do like showing you exactly what it is, like here. Basically it's when you go into your Depop and you go and you hit edit post, but you may or may not actually change it in any way, but it'll let you edit anyways. And by doing that, it sends your post, who maybe a week or more old, back to the top of the search results. So say you have something for rainbow. If you posted that a week ago, it's gonna take someone a while to scroll down and find yours. So if you refresh it every day, you're gonna keep staying in the top results, which is super cool. And you just have to edit once, and then any of your keywords that are in the post will show up in the tags. It's super great. I don't know where I figured that out, but after a while I just did. And definitely, I would say that's like my number one tip. I've gotten so many sales from doing that, and I get so many new likes every day. Especially if you're like me and it takes you a while to thrift like get a few items going. I don't thrift every day. I mean, it may seem like it. I thrift almost every day, let's be honest, but sometimes I go and I don't find anything, and then I don't have anything to post that day. So it's nice to just refresh every day, and then you get a new audience. So this is just from kind of like a buyer's perspective. I see people doing this a lot, where they put like a price that is obviously not like the actual price that they're going to pay for it, that you're going to pay for it. Say it's like a t-shirt and they have it on for like $666 and then they say either like I'm open to offers or something similar. They don't say anything in the post, and they expect you to either comment or DM you a price. And I think that's a little like, I would personally never do that unless it was something like a lazy oaf item or an item that has like a clear price. But if something's vintage or it doesn't have like a specific name brand, people aren't going to know what you're, even if you don't have a specific price in mind, you have a specific price in mind, like a range. So say someone messages you, what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, hey, can I have this for $20? And then you're gonna have to reject them because you're like, hey, that's way too low. Or they go really high and you accept it, but that's probably not gonna happen. And if it is, it kind of feels like a scam almost. I think you should definitely try to keep specific prices, and people will appreciate it more. You shouldn't try to trick people or try to get people to gamble into giving you a higher price. I would go on eBay for stuff like that. eBay has a bidding process. Depop doesn't. Of course, unless it's something that there's already a price in mind for something like that. Yeah. And then another thing that I think is really helpful just for shipping things in general is always go to the dollar store for your envelopes. They have the cheapest envelopes. It's like, you can get basically all of them for $1, and you can get like packs of 3 huge envelopes for $1, way cheaper than the post office. And if you're shipping stuff a lot, that helps. It really helps keep the prices down. And then another one related to shipping is be realistic about shipping. And I mean that in how much it will cost and how much time it will take you to ship it. For instance, when I first started Depop, I had in my profile, I ship within 24 hours. And some of the times I would, and then other times it would take me 2 or 3 days. And I would say 90% of the time no one questioned it, and I gave them their tracking number and everything like that, and it was no problem. But then people would ask me and I think they're a little more inclined to be passive aggressive because you're not keeping your promise. So I would say it's better to keep it realistic and say I ship within the week or I ship within 2 or 3 days if that's really what it'll take. People will appreciate you being honest rather than you having fast shipping. You know what I mean? And then the other thing is cost. I know people, it goes both ways. People will vastly underestimate their shipping and then feel like most of the money of the item goes to shipping, and that's really not fair to a seller. And then the other thing is maybe people price it too high. And I feel like I usually end up pricing things too low, and then I kind of like, it really sucks because you're like, oh, I made $20 on this top, but I only put in like $3 for shipping, so I'm actually only making like $15. Adds up after a while. I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal like at the time, but yeah, be realistic. Try to think of what it would actually cost. Google is your friend. You know, you should be able to guess by the weight. Another one, this is kind of just like a pictures or lighting tip. I would always use the back of your camera if you have an older phone that doesn't take very good front pictures. For like selfie pictures, like, it's just gonna make the lighting look so much better. And I do all of my filming, I do all of my pictures in front of this window because it has the best lighting. I would do it in front of a window that has direct sunlight during like golden hour, during the time of the day. And if you don't, you could always get, I've done this before, just get all of the lamps in your house and put them like in front of you, and then you could have like a cool backdrop, like vintage sheets and stuff. I think I want to do that sometime, but I get into a habit where I'm just lazy and I want to try on like the clothes like right away, and I want to just take a picture and go. Usually I do backdrops with like toys or like other like smaller items, but I think it's best to use a backdrop for most of them. And then going with that, obviously, I think you should always try on the thing you're trying to sell and take pictures of that. Like, you don't have to have your face in it. If it's more of like a revealing outfit, you could wear something under it. I know there's been things where like where I buy it and it's so tiny, and like even if it's not very flattering on you, you can try to make it work with angles. If it can physically fit on your body, you can find a way to make it work. It's better than just having it on a hanger. And then this is kind of like a tip for someone who doesn't really know what they're going to sell on Depop. They just know that they want to. And that's, if you're going thrifting, try to find things that are your interests. Like, I could probably make more money selling, like, if I find like Tommy Hilfiger jeans, or like, you know, like all of it, or like vintage sportswear and stuff like that. And I do sell a little bit of that when I find it, but I'm not going out of my way looking for that. I'm looking for like rainbows and like stuff I genuinely like, or just, and is just maybe like a little bit off, or that I don't have space for. That's what I sell. I try to find things I'm interested in, and I find when you do that, you care a lot more about your shop and the people who buy from you, and you're really excited for them to get your items. So say like I see a top that, like, oh my god, I have a really good example. I found this Care Bears top. It was like a toddler shirt at a garage sale, and I was so excited. It was so cute, but it just didn't fit me right. You can see in the picture it went on my body, but it was really tight on the arms, and I think it was better for someone with a smaller chest or a smaller frame, which is fine. But it's something I was genuinely really excited about. So when someone else bought it, I was excited. You know, like, sometimes people tag me in posts on Instagram and say like, thanks for the item, and I'm so excited because I know they're gonna have a better use for it than me, and I know that they're gonna maybe even enjoy it more than me. And then this is a last trick that might be a little controversial, but I think it evens out in the long run, which is pricing your items a little bit higher than what they might be worth or what you would normally sell them, because people are going to ask you, like, I would say the majority of my posts, someone messages me first and asks, hey, will you do this like $5 lower? They'll give me a price. And I want to be able to say yes to that so I don't lose that sale, and just so I can be polite, and I'm a people person and it's hard for me to say no sometimes. So if you have a shirt that you would say, oh, well, $20 is a good price for this, maybe jump that to $25, because more likely than not, someone is going to message you saying, hey, will you do $20? And that way you're not losing any money, if that makes sense. And then occasionally someone will buy it for full price. But yeah, those are all the tips I have today. If you like me being like on the floor, like a little closer to the ground so you can see more of my room, that's cool. I just did it because I usually have to like move like a table in front of my window, and it's just like stupid and I don't want to, but I think the lighting is still good here. I'm wearing my glasses today, if you didn't notice, because I had a job interview, and I wanted to look a little professional, and I've just been lazy and I've been wearing them for a few days. Anyways, I think those are all the tips I have for today. Tell me what you think of them, and if you have any other ones in the comments, make sure to comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.